By her own admission, pop superstar Demi Lovato has always been good, maybe too good, at hiding her problems. So it was all the more shocking when, in July 2018, she overdosed on heroin laced with fentanyl and very nearly died.
What did the OD do to you physically?
Physically, I woke up in the hospital and I was legally blind. So I literally couldn't see. The OD strokes caused brain damage. And also hearing loss. So I still deal with hearing loss, tinnitus, and blind spots in my vision.
It's just only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
She talks about her ordeal and what led up to it in a tell-all docuseries starting this week on YouTube Originals. Lovato, who long suffered from an eating disorder, says her former team made her miserable as they tried to keep it and her substance abuse under control.
You know, it's checking my bank statements to see what I ordered at Starbucks.
That's crazy. So even Starbucks, like just to make sure you didn't get what, a full fat latte?
I think it was more people were concerned about binging. So if I ordered like cookies or something, like with my coffee.
And what do you think, in retrospect, that did to you?
It made me so self-conscious about everything that I decided to eat.
It's quite a contrast from the Demi we met in 2016, when it seemed like she had everything under control.
In the documentary, a lot of your friends and family talk about how
Hey, be careful. Okay.
you were very good at fooling everybody. Mm-hmm. And I feel like looking back on that, I'm like, oh, well, maybe she was fooling me too.
I think at the point that we did our interview together, I was fooling myself more than anybody because I was very active in my eating disorder. Like, we had half of the interview at a gym. In retrospect, like, anybody that's in recovery from an eating disorder, like, maybe shouldn't put so much emphasis on the gym and so much emphasis on fitness.
Won't give up. But now, Demi says she really is in control. And while the road ahead may be bumpy, she's thankful for the storms she's made it through.
It was really bad. It was a very eye-opening, traumatic experience for me, but it ultimately changed my life. And I'm grateful for the person that I've become today.
It almost sounds like you're saying you're grateful for the OD.
You could say that. Obviously, like, I wish that I would have made better choices, but I can't regret anything today because sometimes you have to go through things for you to wake up. And I'm grateful that I was given a second chance. Not many people are, and I'm grateful that I'm sitting here today, yeah.
We're all grateful that she's sitting there today. Tracy Smith, it's really good to see you. I thought your piece yesterday was so powerful. I became obsessed with your coat, and then I was listening to the interview, and I thought, wow. Why is Demi Lovato speaking up now? I know she has a documentary, but why is she choosing now as a time to say her piece?
Great question. You know, there was so much speculation about the OD. She wanted to tell the real story. And this documentary has astonishingly frank interviews with everybody who was close to her, her friends, her family, her assistant who found her clinging to life. She was turning blue. It's truly astonishing to watch it. And by the way, she did tell us that after the documentary, and she talks to us and a few other people, she's not talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart too. I'm glad you got the interview. Certainly, it seems like you have a history with her. You talked to her back in 2016. What's the biggest change that you saw from then to now?
She does seem genuinely happy. She didn't have a ton of handlers sitting right next to her, watching her. You know, as we said, she's very good at fooling people. They stressed that in the documentary, that no one knew what she was doing behind closed doors. But from what I could tell, she seems fully herself.
And she seems to be saying she can drink in moderation. I've seen people online saying, I don't know if that's so good. Does she address that in the doc?
She does. She calls it California sober. So she drinks and she smokes weed. And also in the doc, she has Elton John saying, frankly, moderation does not work. Yeah. She put that in there. So she addresses it head on. And she knows it doesn't work for everybody. She just knows that she thinks that abstinence did not work for her.
Yeah, and she thinks this is a way to go. All right, Tracy Smith, thank you so much for getting up early. Really, really, very well done yesterday. Thanks a lot. If you or someone you know is seeking mental health resources, you can call the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They've got a helpline. The number is, and I'm going to say it twice, 1-800-950-6264, 1-800-950-6264. Or in a crisis, please text NAMI to 741-741. And if you couldn't write it down fast enough, we will put it on the website for you.